Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Jyotirmayananda Society, our journey to self realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings of the scriptures and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently studying the book Integral Yoga, authored by Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhhilananda. We are currently studying the topic of Tantra and Kundalini Yoga. Kundalini Yoga literally means yoga of coiled up energy. In mystic symbolism, the Kundalini Shakti is represented by a serpent with 3.5 coils sleeping at the base of the spine, and the purpose of Kundalini Yoga is to awaken that sleeping serpent. If awakened, it hisses and moves up the spine with great vehemence, but charmed by the yogi's power, this serpent glides smoothly up through the spine until it reaches the crown of the head. This cannot be taken literally, of course, but the mystical implication is profound. The three coils represent the three gunas, which are sattva, the principle of harmony, rajas, the principle of activity, and tamas, the principle of inertia. The half coil represents the effect of these, or in other words, the entire universe. For according to yoga, the entire universe is a result of the three gunas. Every human being is a repository of infinite resources of energy, and this is the implication of the figurative picture of Kundalini Shakti, symbolic of cosmic energy, the serpent power lying dormant in every human being. It is possible for anyone to tap that source, utilize it, and promote his spiritual advancement. Though described in a highly figurative language, Kundalini Shakti is the energy behind everything a person does and is experienced by every human being in different forms. Kundalini Yoga is a specialized study of the pranic or vital system in this universe. Cosmic mind expresses itself in two ways, through the chitta or mental process, and prana, vital energy. Thought and energy, therefore, go together. For every time you think, there is an expression of energy, and that energy aspect is the subject of Kundalini Yoga. A practitioner of Kundalini Yoga gains an insight into the subtle astral channels called nadis through which pranas flow. These nadis form junctions called chakras located in 7 basic positions along the Sushumna, the major nadi that roughly corresponds to the spinal column. The pranas, along with the nadis and chakras, are not located in the physical body as such, but to some extent correspond to structures within the physical body. These are the spinal column, and they are inside that, or to imagine that they correspond there, and the major plexus of the nerves. The solar plexus, for example, roughly corresponds to the Manipur chakra at the navel center. The medulla plexus corresponds to the Agnya chakra between the eyebrows, and the cardiac plexus at the heart corresponds to the Anahata chakra. Deep studies have been made on the psychological correspondence with these chakras, and as the chakras are awakened, these centers in the nervous system are also influenced. Mystically speaking, every chakra in a human being is symbolized by a downward drooping lotus. However, as you begin to practice yoga, increasing amounts of prana begin to operate at certain centers, and the corresponding lotuses begin to turn up and unfold. Within each lotus, packed forms of energy lie dormant, and as such, each chakra is awakened. You become aware of and experience the respective latent powers within yourself. Every chakra has a central vibration or frequency. Secondary to the basic vibration of each chakra, the petals of their symbolic lotuses also have sounds associated with them. These sounds have been deeply studied and recorded by yogis in ancient times and have consequently been identified with certain letters of the Sanskrit alphabet. On this basis, mantras have been designed, which will be taken up in more detail in the following chapter. At the base of the spine lies the Mooladhara chakra, and its frequency corresponds to the sound lam. A little above the Mooladhara is the Swadhisthana chakra with the sound vam. Further above that, at the navel center, is the Manipura chakra having the sound of ram. Corresponding to the heart center is the Anahata chakra with the sound frequency of yam. Therefore, many mantras terminate with the sound ya, as for example in Om Namah Shivaya or Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. At the throat center, the Vishuddhi chakra is hum, the sound of joy, and the Om sound represents the Agya chakra, the center between the eyebrows. The Sahasrara chakra at the crown of the head is represented by all the letters of the alphabet, for it is here that the highest unfoldment of the Kundalini Shakti is realized. Kundalini Shakti is like a barometer which indicates spiritual progress and levels of consciousness in a human being. That is, the higher the Kundalini Shakti ascends up the Sushumna, the more integrated the personality. However, there is a difference between the Kundalini Shakti going up and down the Sushumna, as it does in everybody to some extent, and the mastery of the Kundalini Shakti in a yogi who regulates and controls the Kundalini Shakti by his own will. If you are in a good mood and have a cheerful mental perspective, you are operating through the Agya Chakra. However, this does not mean you belong to the Agya Chakra, that you have conquered it. Imagine, for example, yourself to be serving in the military. One minute, you may be suddenly packed into a bus and taken to a wonderful garden, and then moments later, without your consent, you were again packed in another bus and taken to an ugly desert. So, too, even against your will, your Kundalini may begin to operate through the Agya Chakra, thereby allowing you to enjoy the wonderful gardens of life. And then, just when you feel confident that you have understood yoga and things are going well, within minutes the Kundalini descends, leaving you with no recollection of your previous wonderful and elevated states of mind. On the other hand, you must understand that the awakening of the Kundalini worked out by a yogi is different from the mild and sporadic awakening that continues to happen in every human being according to the karmas of the past. A yogi secures the rise of Kundalini and allows it to move on steadily up to the crown of his head. The Kundalini Shakti is further seen to fluctuate within different levels of the Sushumna. That is, for those who are intensely materialistic, who are backed up by intense negative karmas, the Kundalini Shakti remains at a very low center. Their whole personality and whole philosophy of life is eating, drinking, and the pleasure of the senses. In contrast, there are others in whom the Kundalini operates through higher centers, above the navel center, for example. Such a person develops higher feelings. He aspires for cosmic love and sees something in life other than just the realities of this transient world. With this, we conclude the satsang and we will continue our satsang tomorrow. Hari Om Tat Sat.